lot of other patients. Thank you very much. And Cam and Mary, tell us something about what it's like to get some vision back. And
oh yeah. Well, just a little bit of background from.
Will you stand up?
Yeah. Can you come up here?
Yeah, please. Tell them about yourself.
Get my mom to get out of the way. A little bit about me. I graduated from the high school in Gadsden, Glencoe High School in 2006, and God's blessed me with a tremendous story. But I guess my story the most recent story started, I moved to Auburn, went to school, got my forestry and wildlife degree from there, my bachelor's degree, and graduated on Sunday, started work on Monday full-time, and was really blessed with a really good job, really good boss, and really good income, really good hours, and it allowed me to pretty much hunt as much as I wanted to, which is my passion. So before work, every morning I always hunted. And when I say I love to hunt, there's 60 days in the duck season, and last year I hunted 58 days before work. And my job wasn't something that I just sat at a desk. It was kind of physical work, so I really gave up a lot to hunt, and I enjoyed it. You know, so April 22nd rolled around of this year. Decided to go turkey hunting before work. Long story short, my cousins were on the other side of the farm. I got mistaken for a turkey and got shot about 20-25 yards away with a 3.5-inch number 6 shot. I'm 100% sure that I was about to take my last breath here on earth, first breath in heaven. And I was scared, but I was ready. But God blessed me with doctors and nurses, and took care of me and spared me my life for a reason. Not real sure why yet, but I'm here. And He put Dr. Morris in my life. I spent six weeks completely blind at 26 years old. So, I mean, it was hard to accept. Not married, doesn't have kids, you know, and that was always something that I longed for in life. And I thought, wow, you know, it's going to accept me completely blind. How am I going to work? How am I going to make an income? How am I going to do this stuff? Dr. Morris came on the scene and performed 13 surgeries. I guess I got a little vision back probably after the 4th surgery, maybe. I was tremendously blessed with him in my life. I thought about Helen Keller, who was deaf and blind, and I think about her every day, stuff that she went through, what she had to deal with. And I think I shared this with Dr. Morris not long ago. What gets lost in her story is Ann Sullivan, who devoted her whole life to figuring out a way to communicate with her. And I'm sure that was tremendously hard. I can't imagine trying to figure something out like that. And I told Dr. Morris not long ago that he's my Aunt Sullivan. But that all starts with this, with y'all. And y'all are part of my Aunt Sullivan too. You know?
So that's the eye you're seeing out of, isn't it?
My left
transplanted eye.
Yeah, transplanted eye, yeah. And it doesn't matter if you sweep the floor to your vacuum or whatever. It makes a difference.
Yeah.
It means a lot to me.
Kristen Baines did your transplant.
Yeah. But I guess on behalf of my mom and my family, thank y'all for doing your life. Stuff like this.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Those of you who are mothers, it's emotional for me. That's
Well,
a phone
sure it
call.
is,
Yeah, that's a phone call you don't want to get ever. But he was alive, so I knew whatever came after that we could deal with. He had an initial surgery the day of the injury. It was a 4-hour surgery. I believe there were 4 eye surgeons. Dr. Morris had not come on the scene yet. And they just basically sutured up the wounds. He had a pellet that went through each eye. And so after that initial surgery, the eye surgeon who did the suture gave the initial prognosis was that the right eye was so damaged it would probably need to be removed. Within a couple of days would tell the story on that. And that was the most devastating news I'd ever heard. And then he said his next words were, his left eye is also in bad shape, and if he has any vision at all, it might be some light perception, but very minimal. So basically, he was going to be totally blind the rest of his life. But each day, an eye doctor would come in and just check with light, and they would, just look at me and shake their head, and of course Cameron could see nothing, no light perception at all. But about 4 days later, those doctors that had been seeing Cameron said, there's a doctor named Dr. Morris, never heard of him, never had a reason to, and he's going to be doing Cameron's first surgery, and you'll meet him in the morning. He said, I've seen the worst of these injuries, and he said, I think 3 out of the 4 was just statistics, regain some usable vision, and I'm determined to get Cameron some usable vision. And he said, that's my goal. And that is the very first time in 4 days that any medical professionals had given us any hope at all. And Cameron and I woke him up, and he could hear, and he and I started sobbing immediately when Dr. Morris told us that. And I didn't know who Dr. Morris was, but I knew I loved this man already from the bottom of my heart, and we met him the next morning before Cam's surgery. And from the minute we met him, he was positive. He said, I will get him some sight. I will not give up. I'm determined. And so he is part of our family. We adore this man. And we are so incredibly blessed that he is 45 minutes from our home. And, we would have gone across the world if we'd had to help Cameron as parents. That's what you do. He was right. And what you all do, you are seeing the tangible, what we're benefiting from what you all do. And we will forever be grateful. What you do is so important. You never imagine at 26 that you're going to be told your son's going to need corneal transplant, or it's just, what we've been through the past 8 months. You all are a part of that, and we can never say thank you enough for what you all have done. We appreciate your work is important. Thank y'all for having me.